Brewed and bottled, you can now bring a taste of the Erie County Fair home.
You'll soon be able to buy a limited edition beer at local stores created by home brewers in our area. News 4's Kelsey Anderson tells us who made it all happen and where you can buy it. Kelsey.
Christy, this beer won the Erie County Fair's Best in Show beer competition back in 2015. It's a Pale Ale. Well, that year it sold out in the fair in just 3 days. It was so popular, it's now being bottled and getting sold in stores. And it was created by home brewers John Crossett and Brian Millville. Flying Bison took their recipe to brew their beer on a large scale and bottle it for stores.
This is an American Pale Ale, so it's got just a little bit of hoppiness to it. But if you're new to craft beer, this is sort of a great entry-level beer to go to. Refreshing, it's really made for summer.
You can find 6-packs of the Erie County Fair American Pale Ale at local Tops locations and Consumer Beverages. It should be in stores by Thursday. You will also be able to buy the brew at the Erie County Fair this year. Now, for the past 6 years, the fair has held this Best in Show beer competition. Now, along with that bottled Pale Ale, you'll also be able to get a German light beer on draft at the fair. That beer won this year's competition. In the studio, Kelsey Anderson, News 4.
And we are looking ahead to all the summer activities in Western New York, including the Erie County Fair. You can start getting ready for the fair this week with Flying Bison's Erie County Fair American Pale Ale. Flying Bison started bottling the beer so it can hit store shelves this week. This is the 5th year Flying Bison has released the limited edition Pale Ale. If you don't get it in stores, you can also, of course, grab a pint while you're at the fair. We're already talking about the fair.
Beer and fair.
Beer and fair.
Yep.
I mean, that's
what happens when Pete and Hammer are doing the show
without adult supervision. You're right. 6 weeks until the fair. So if you're thinking we're hitting the fast forward button through summer, we're not. We're just looking ahead.
We are. All right.
The prize-winning beer brewed in Western New York will soon be on the shelf at a store near you. Erie County's Fair American Pale Ale won the Erie County Fair's Best in Show beer competition. This was back in 2015. It was created by homebrewers John Crossett and Brian Millville. Flying Bison took their recipe to brew the beer on a large scale and bottled it for stores.
This is an American Pale Ale, so it's got just a little bit of hoppiness to it. But if you're new to craft beer, this is sort of a great entry-level beer to go to. Refreshing, it's really made for summer.
Marty really brings up a good point there. You're not going to be blown away by the hops and even the malts, quite frankly, in this beer, like you would find in maybe a stronger IPA, something that you would find on the West Coast. This is a refreshing brew. I remember having these as well when they started to come out. You can find the 6-packs of them now at all local Tops locations. Consumer Beverages should also be in stores by Thursday. You can find them at Wegmans as well, and you'll be able to buy them right at the Erie County Fair.
Hella new beers hitting the shelves this week to celebrate the lead up to the Erie County Fair in August. Workers at Flying Bison Brewing Company bottled the Erie County Fair American Pale Ale this morning. The beer is the creation of 2 local home brewers who won the fair's annual brewing competition. Look for that award-winning beer on store shelves around town by the end of this week. And of course, once the fair rolls around in August, you'll be able to enjoy one there as well.
Check out what Flying Bison is brewing and bottling up for the summer. This limited edition brew will be available at local supermarkets and beer stores through June 27th through the end of the fair. The 180th Erie County Fair runs August 7th through the 18th. The Erie County Fair American Pale Ale recipe is the winner of the fair's annual home brew competition.
Cool stuff. Welcome back, everyone. Most Buffalo is Buffalo's newest newscast. It airs at 4 o'clock here on Channel 2, and at this time of day on midday, we like to bring in Kate Welshofer to tell us some of the most Buffalo stories.
Yeah, we're starting out on a high note this week in Buffalo. We're making some headlines, and we're going to start actually locally. There are a few things that Western New Yorkers love more in the summer than beer and fairs, and a new one's going to hit the shelves this week to celebrate the lead up to the Erie County Fair in August. Workers at Flying Bison Brewing Company bottled the Erie County Fair American Pale Ale this morning.
Say that 5 times fast.
I can't say it one time at that speed. The beer is the creation of 2 local home brewers who won the fair's annual brewing competition.
Well, the Erie County Fair is Western New York's largest event, and we have we have thousands and thousands of passionate fans. And to have that beer, especially around Independence Day weekend, to have that and to celebrate the Erie County Fair all during the summer, it's the best 12 days of summer, not the end of summer.
Wow. Did you work in a grocery store?
And look for the award-winning beer on store shelves around town by the end of this week. And of course, once the fair rolls around in August, you're going to be able to enjoy it there as well.
And we're looking ahead to all the summer activities in Western New York, including the Erie County Fair. You can start getting ready for the fair this week with Flying Bison's Erie County Fair American Pale Ale. Flying Bison started bottling the beer today so it can hit store shelves this week. This is the 5th year Flying Bison has released the limited edition Pale Ale. If you don't get it in stores, you can also grab a pint while you are at the fair. Stay with us, everybody. Stu Boyer is next with sports here on 2 on Your Side at 10 on Fox.
Filled, capped, and ready to go. Flying Bison bottled this year's Erie County Fair beer at its downtown brewery. You'll have to wait till the end of the week to get a 6-pack, but once it hits shelves, you'll need to act fast.
It'll be gone in a couple of weeks. It's been very well received. It's one of those landmarks of summer, and it's the best 12 days of summer, not the last 12 days of summer. So it's nice to have a nice refreshing beer to have on your front porch and think about the fun you're going to have going to the fair. The grain and the hops.
2 local home brewers came up with the idea for the beer called Erie County Fair American Pale Ale. Be able to get it at Tops and Consumer Beverages.